You probably know that Google and Facebook's business model is to save every piece of personal data you give them so they can target you with ads. But you may not know that Google and Facebook have trackers installed in nearly every website. They're also tracking everywhere you go. Every bit of data they collect gets added to the profile they have of you. And even creepier still, your profile also includes every connection they can find, everyone you know, and how you know them. Every new way they prompt you to engage helps them spy on you, intruding more and more into your life, until they know every private message you send, every dollar you spend, everything. There's only one way for Google to go: lower, dirtier, creepier, and more invasive, until they have their grimy fingers in every part of your private life. That's their business model.
Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Bhatia, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. About a year ago, I said that I felt like 2018 marked the end of the age of innocence for the internet. And if you look forward to this summer, we've got Facebook that has been hit with a $5 billion fine from the FTC. In my opinion, that's not enough. It should have been $50 billion. We all know they've been in violation of their privacy agreements. You all at Google are facing a Justice Department inquiry, and if Microsoft's experience with their 20-year antitrust saga is any indication, then, I hope you realize this is very serious, and it's a serious inquiry. And it seems like the problems around big tech, as it has become a mature industry, that they're just mushrooming. And when we talk about privacy or lack thereof, data security, lack thereof, offenders that are the biggest and the worst offenders, unfortunately for you all, people put Google at the top of the list. So we appreciate that you're here. I want to start with you and talk a little bit about prioritization of search results. I think this is important to do because I will tell you, I feel like you all push the boundaries until your hand gets slapped. As a mom and a grandmom, I would tell my kids, don't do that again. And they would try it again, and they would try it again. And that's kind of what I see with you all. But a big business company like you ought not to be having such childish behavior where you do something and you get your hand slapped, waiting to see if we are going to get after you or a federal agency is going to rein you back in. You're always out there pushing to the limit. And in doing this, you have a practice that seems that you suppress competition. And we know that Google has, through Google Plus, you have prioritized search results over Yelp and TripAdvisor. You did that until local search providers really pushed back on you and said you can't do that. Now we see what you're doing is consolidating many of the travel offerings together. And so you're trying to push forward to dominance in the travel market, and you're doing that through an app called Trips. And now you're going to be armed with all of these details, all of this data, all of this search data from people that use your service. And you're going to use that prioritization to wipe out competition from travel booking sites. And I'm concerned about the threat to competition that Google poses and how search prioritization harms new startups that are seeking to enter the marketplace. So let me ask you a couple of things. Does Google actively prioritize Google's own local search results? Yes or no?
We seek to provide users, Senator, with responses to their queries that are most relevant, and authoritative.
Yes or no? You prioritize
No, unless our services, what we would put forward would be more relevant and authoritative.
Does Google know if its own search results are better than the third-party competitors?
It would depend entirely on the different search that you search,
So you have all the
queries
data,
that
but
you're looking.
you're not quantifying and you're not prioritizing.
There are billions of searches that get run every day. Sometimes we would surface information that we would have, sometimes
the
others.
answer is yes, you do prioritize, and yes, you do use that information. People aren't dumb. They can check how those search results come in. When the FTC investigated Google from 2011 to 2013, it discovered a business practice that is called co-occurrence signals. That is, Google products would be triggered to appear above the 10 blue links when the appearance of a competitor occurred in the page rank results. Does Google still use any form of co-occurrence signals to suppress the competition in search results?
Senator, you're deeper into that than I know the immediate answer to. I'll have to get back to you on that. I will tell you that the FTC...
Why don't you submit something in writing then for the committee so that we have that? This is a practice you're not supposed to be conducting at this point. You've been investigated for it. Okay, on Monday, you claimed in an op-ed that Google is not politically biased, yet you acknowledge that Google took down or limited the reach of conservative content and accounts and only did so mistakenly. If you want us to believe that Google is an equal opportunity search engine and not an equal opportunity offender, let me clarify exactly what an equal playing field would look like for you all at Google. Google should equally promote video reporting in its search results, whether the article is from CNN or Fox News. Do you agree?
We have both CNN and Fox News in our news corpus.
Okay. Should Google equally promote news articles in its search results, whether the article be from the Huffington Post or Breitbart?
We surface the results that are most responsive.
Should YouTube equally promote videos from Diamond and Silk at the same time as videos from John Oliver?
Again, both are in the corpus.
Okay,
what
you
gets
don't know the
surfaced
answer
is
to
most
that
responsive.
one. Thank you. I'll move on. In December 2018, reports surfaced that Google employees sought to block Breitbart from Google AdSense less than 1 month after President Trump took office. Google employees sought to use, quote unquote, what they called hate speech as a pretense for banning Breitbart from taking part. The emails show. Ultimately, these Google employees did not succeed in their efforts to censor Breitbart. Has your advertising platform ever enacted policies that tended to favor certain viewpoints over others?
No, Madam Senator, we don't use political indicia to influence our ads.
Okay. Has Google ever blacklisted or attempted to blacklist a company, group, individual, or outlet from its advertising partners or its search results for political reasons?
No, ma'am, we don't use blacklist, whitelist to influence our search results or...
For what reason does Google blacklist a company?
As I said, per your previous question, we do not utilize blacklists or whitelists in our search results to favor political outcomes. Doesn't happen.
I have one last question, Mr. Chairman, if I have permission. In March 2019, Google set out to form a council on the future of artificial intelligence. That is something very important to us here at this committee. One topic was fairness in machine learning.
Yes, ma'am.
Of the 8 members appointed to the council, only one conservative was appointed. That was Kay Cole James. She's the president of the Heritage Foundation. She is widely respected as a leader in the conservative movement.
Yes.
Her appointment caused 2,500 Google employees to sign onto a letter opposing her appointment. The AI panel fell apart after Ms. James was unfairly tarred and targeted for her policies. These days, we hear a lot about implicit bias. What has Google done to address the widespread implicit bias against conservative values that persist throughout your corporate culture? And we understand this is in the physical sense and in the virtual sense.
So, first of all, with respect to our corporate culture, let me again emphasize we're 100,000 people. We're in many states around the United States, including Tennessee. We are a diverse group of people with many different views, but we do recognize that there could potentially be challenges with implicit bias, and that's precisely the reason that we construct our search engines, construct our platforms in such a way that bias does not get built in. And so, and core to that is the system of making sure that any change in the algorithm that could be proposed or is used is run based through a rating system, a system of search raters, which consists of thousands of people throughout the United States, I think 49 states throughout the US, and any change to promote one change the algorithm as being more authoritative would need to be reviewed by all of them.
We appreciate that, and at this committee we're going to be looking and doing a deep dive into the issues of privacy, data security, antitrust, competition, censorship, prioritization, and we hope that you will come with an open mind to the table and be willing to work with us. I yield back.
Thank you.
Feuer trunken, himmlische dein